Thank you for dropping by Ward 3. This video is about the York Big Pipe containment section that runs through the residential part of Ward 3 along Finch Avenue. My name is Ken Nash, and I'm running for Ward 3, City of Pickering councillor. The York raw sewage pipe has been in the works for decades, intended to service York's sprawling urban development to Lake Simcoe. Going north on the 400 looking east, every home, store, and building you pass to Pickering and north to Barrie. When a toilet flushes, at some point in time, it will flow down Pickering's Finch Avenue, untreated in an open sewer. I can't comprehend what we'd do if Ebola was part of the pipe's toxic mix. There's a link below to the knowledgeable Stop the Stink website if you want to know more about the big pipe. I guess the joke's on us. In 2010, when Dave Ryan preached about creating pristine employment for Pickering, who knew? It was treating effluent. And not very well at that. Ajax waterfront is ruined by algae from Pickering's treatment plant. Pickering tap water gets a bit funky when the water in the lake isn't cold enough to kill off the algae blooms. Plus, there's concern our aging nuclear power plants' cooling intake, algae cleaning screens, have the ability to cope with this menace. Bruce Nuclear takes its cooling water way out from the bottom of a northern Great Lake. Pickering? Kind of close, sort of from the top. That's 3 Mile Island stuff. So if developer Dave Seaton has power, it isn't worth the risk. Shortly after Pickering's operating extension announcement, the federal government put a cap on federal disaster relief funding. Sure, the big pipe was in the back of their mind too. There's a link below to a recent News Advertiser article on the algae plague. Gives some insight into how Dave Ryan treats our neighbor and Ajax too. Not very well. If developer Dave's 30,000 new Seaton homes don't negatively impact Pickering real estate value at a time the Canadian economy is struggling with oversupply of homes, along with a diminished quality of life from highway noise, gridlock, classing cultures, and runaway taxes from development, a York pipe containment section failure surely will, forever. There's already been enough big pipe snafus to raise alarm. Dave Pickle's solution was to say to York, for $10.1 million, they could have their way with our beautiful Pickering. Nothing like having a dollar value put on your virtue. In fact, Mr. Pickles is proud of this arrangement, and it's listed as an achievement on his election website. Go figure. Sure isn't my sense of chivalry. Plus, $10.1 million would help how many affluent, flood-damaged Pickering families relocate? 20 maybe? Now I'm really insulted. Sold cheap too. Meanwhile, Dave Ryan just watched Dave Pickle's spectacle. Didn't hear much about it from developer Dave. It was left to our regional councillors, O'Connell, Rodrigues, and Maclean, to try and do the ethical thing and change the pipe's engineering premise to hold Pickering residents harmless from big pipe mishaps. Unfortunately, this despicable Dave deed is done. Left us to deal with the potential overflow. In my corporate finance world, equipment leasing specifically, industrial stuff mainly, third-party insurance is a given. It's credit's confirmation the asset is safe to lease. Not all assets are insurable. When an asset isn't insurable, it's almost exclusively some environmental contingent liability concern. Following is a letter of mine to the news advertiser from a while back on the type of minimal personal financial relief for residents along the Finch corridor governments should provide. Intuitive Pickering residents along the Finch-York pipe containment corridor are well served by their sense of unease. To me, no part of the big pipe is as prone to catastrophic failure as this urban containment section. Mayor Ryan's risky acquiescence of the populated Finch location scheme was a disservice to constituents. At minimum, government should provide third-party property insurance to save residents harmless if York sewage floods their homes, rendering neighborhoods environmentally unlivable. I attended a public meeting for the Big Pipe around 2004. The reason for the cunningly named odor control facilities is the pipe runs on gravity and needs air to flow. Pickering system is closed, runs on pumps, needs no air, and has no odor. The two systems meet in the populated area of Finch and Valley Farm. There were alternative routes through sparsely populated, developer-owned lands north of Finch. In 2006, Mayor Ryan's council had the highest percentage of developer contributions in the GTA, over 75% actually. I asked the pipe engineers what would happen if Pickering's pumps stop. Their answer, Pickering better have a contingent plan. Comforting. It was also clear at 650,000 liters of effluent on a good day, containment failure predictability comfort isn't possible. A return visit from a 1950s Hurricane Hazel relative will ensure it. The consequence will be blowing effluent out the odor control stacks, as has already happened in a York pipe section. For many, paying for a home is a once-in-a-lifetime endeavor and impossible to replace. Finch residents were given no choice if they wanted to live beside the containment area. At minimum, they should be provided property insurance at no cost, which would enable them to rebuild without undue financial hardship. Current residents shouldn't be thrown under the bus or blown away with a Dave Ryan flush. Personally, I don't like making malcontent podcasts so much. Prefer being optimistic, like creating Canada's first municipal agricultural utility. Something inspiring, optimistic, hopeful. But the reality is, our beautiful city's been left in a bit of a mess, thanks to Dave Ryan and his 3 city councillor construction crew. And we gotta get to work fixing her up. Okay, take care, guys. Talk to you soon.
An explosion rocked Pickering's water treatment plant today, sending thick black smoke into the air. Fire officials believe it was a methane gas explosion. Studio 12's Natalie Van Roy reports.
I'm meteorologist Mark Mancuso, and on this day in weather history, October 11th, 1954, Hurricane Hazel crossed Haiti as a Category 2 hurricane. It formed as a tropical wave off the coast of Africa, and as it entered the Caribbean, it intensified without making any landfall. It moved practically parallel to Venezuela and then turned sharply north-northeast on a direct course for Haiti instead of Jamaica, contrary to its predicted path. Hazel contradicted all forecasts and ravaged Hispaniola, killing 1,000 in Haiti. Hurricane hunters recorded winds of 140 miles an hour before it hit the Carolinas. On the 15th, it made landfall on Myrtle Beach as a Category 4 and then moved over Raleigh after it became an extratropical Category 3. At landfall, it brought a storm surge of over 18 feet, which caused severe coastal damage. Hazel then collided with a cold front and headed towards Ontario. Intense rain fell with winds still upwards of 90 miles per hour. In Toronto, part of the Lawrence Avenue Bridge was washed out by the Humber River. Catastrophic financial damage was done to Canada and overall caused roughly $420 million. Due to its extensive damage, its name was retired. I'm Mark Mancuso.